We begin the bulletin tonight with the radical new transition details of the competency-based education system that will replace the 844 curriculum. The changes include the phasing out of national examinations as we know them and the transition of children to secondary school at grade 7. The new mode of evaluating learners will combine a teacher-administered assessment in grade 4, 5 and 6 and a final assessment in grade 6. And as Dorcas Wangira reports, the transition means that secondary schools will have a double intake in 2023.
Press the buzzer. Thank you, Makofi.
Out with the old and in with the new. The launch of the task force report on implementing the new competency-based curriculum. The report, hailed by President Kenyatta as transformative, calls for the phasing out of the single national examination currently used to assess learners' competencies.
From primary grade 6 to junior secondary grade 7 shall not be based on one of national summative examination. We have recommended a process that will help create hope and inspire every learner in this country.
The mode of assessment will entail a combination of teacher-administered assessment in grades 4, 5 and 6, known as formative assessment, accounting for 40%, and what the report calls a summative assessment to be administered by NEC at the end of grade 6, weighted at 60%. Assessment at junior and senior secondary school will be both formative and summative at the end of the cycle. The plan means that learners who in 2022 will be in primary school grade 6 under the 2663 competency-based curriculum CBC will join secondary school together with those in standard 8 of the 844 education system. This is because junior secondary school will now comprise grades 7, 8 and 9 under CBC, while senior secondary school will host grades 10, 11 and 12. The report recommends all 10,359 secondary schools are to host both junior and senior secondary school levels. It is also recommended that secondary schools that can host all 3 senior secondary school pathways should be identified.
We shall go to the people and ensure that they understand even further, because up to standard 4, the parents are aware, shall go and keep on explaining to them these transformative changes that will affect their children.
According to the Ministry of Education, 150,000 teachers have already been trained to implement the changes of the new curriculum. Needs of children with special needs and with gifts have also been factored in. However, critical issues that will influence the double transitions need to be addressed. There is the need for expansion of secondary school, human resource, infrastructure, as well as funding of the secondary education level. The task force recommends expansion of existing secondary schools to accommodate more learners in 2023, to make provision of primary schools to establish a junior secondary school, and to merge under-enrolled primary schools in close proximity to create a junior secondary school.
Dr. Nancy Masharia.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, who presided over the official launch of the report, also unveiled a new state department for implementation of curriculum reforms.
This is not just my report, it's our report. It is about the future of our children. It is about equipping them and tooling them to face the future. Because as I said earlier, we live today, but we shouldn't be planning about ourselves. Ours is to help plan for the future.
The launch of the new CBC report with key recommendations of how this new system will be rolled out in the country is just but the first step in a journey to phase out the old and bring in the new. Kenya has walked this road in 1985 when 844 was being ushered in. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.